Hello all, and welcome to my review for the newly released Cyberpunk apartment complex from the company unfortunately called Funhole. So this is, if you're wondering what I'm referring to, it's this, which you might have seen, and this is how I'm presenting it to you. For now, I'm having it all lit up. I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn around a bit to show you how it looks like. I was very curious about this because it looks cool, the price was right, and there's a lot of people saying great things about the set. I want to do a video just to show exactly what it entailed, and also not necessarily warning you, but showing you what it's all about, because it's a very different experience than standard Lego bricks, even though the system is identical. And what I mean by identical is that like it's the exact same kind of pieces you would find in a Lego set, right? So like just standard kind of bricks. Anyways, so there's this. I'll show you a bit around how it works. The main thing how this company differs than other ones, than Megablocks or whatever, is that they have a patented light brick system, which is really, really interesting. So what it does is, for example, you'll have wiring. There's wiring all throughout. So if ever you see any light, it's all just wiring all over the place. And the way that's able to go, I'll show you that. So for example, you see this is a part of the wiring going, out, in, all that kind of stuff. So for it to work, it's that it actually goes into a brick and around. So you'll have like a brick like so. Here, I'll show if I can do it. There you go. Which is hollow inside. So let's see if I got, like, you can have two bricks and you can have the wiring go through, and see, depending on the orientation, the wire can then start here, go there, and basically like a little maze of wires all around. And then you cover it up with like so. So you end up not seeing it. So for example, let's see, all around here, there may be, I'll shut it off because it's getting a bit intense. One moment. There you go. So that's how you see the, it's not focusing right. Come on. There you go. So that's how you're seeing the wires go in and out. Now I'm just going to brighten this whole thing up. One moment. There you go. Now the whole place is brighter. So I'll, let's see, how do I do this? Yeah, I'm going to turn around to show you the details. I want to show you basically what the idea was, because this is what's going to be the main point of my review, which is how it differs than standard Lego, and it's because of this whole implemented system. So if you want to see what the apartment complex looks like as a whole, let's see if I can get this camera stable. Yeah, we'll do it like so. Okay, then I'm going to turn this around. So here you have, for example, a vending machine. Here you have a sewer grate that's being opened. There's a restaurant in this area that was lit up before. Here's a garbage can, which you can throw down. Now access into the restaurant from this door. You also have this here in the back, which can be removed, and that gives you access to the garage. Wait, what am I saying? No, not, yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, it is it's like a mechanic shop. So that's what I meant by garage. Not necessarily a place to store your car, but more a place to work on it. Although there is some storing in the front as well if you want to. What it does is that this reminds me a lot of the Cyberpunk game, where you'll have modifications can be done to you. So this is that kind of chair for modifications. And if you turn around, you also have it's like a body shop for a motorcycle. So it serves as that. And yeah, the idea is that throughout the set, you have these access points like this. So on the second floor, this is how you can access it. Now, that you'll see there's a few negatives that come about. So if you're wondering why I'm doing it like this and not lifting, it's because it's not meant to be lifted. You actually can't lift it up to work under, which is very bizarre, because the way that the whole lighting system is integrated, even though it's all throughout here, it doesn't actually go, one wire does not connect to up So yes, you could remove things and it should work, especially since it's a bunch of like spring-loaded plates that are on top of each other, and that's what makes, even though the source for the light is at the bottom, I mean the power source, it will keep going up because of that spring-loaded system, and yet you're not able to undo it. So it's kind of backwards in that sense. Because there's a lot of nice, lovely detail that you can't actually see. Yeah, I mean, look, I can obviously turn on the light, so we can maybe go inside, right? So there's the bathroom, but like here you can't see the whole like security area and computer area. Yeah, too bad. The top though is very nice, so that works well, right? So you've got the bed and a little bit of a workstation. You have some interesting stuff in the back there, which we saw in the front too. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be like sculptures or robots or something of the sort. Yeah, I'll close that up. And yeah, it's too bad. You actually can't you can't lift it, even though I thought, and like it seems like it should be easy to implement. Like for example, you have all these bricks here that could have just been plates, or sorry, tiles instead of plates, and that would have worked well. So it's an odd miss, very odd miss. We'll keep going around. This is the part where most of the wiring is exposed, or as you see here. But honestly, I don't mind. And also the fact that it's a cyberpunk aesthetic works pretty well, especially when you look at the top here, for example. This here, there is a mix of like fake wiring, which is the gray that you see here, and real wiring, which is the black. And that's fun. That's it's fine. That's how kind of steampunk. There's a steampunk aspect, even though it's the future and all that. It's kind of like the future now, so it uses the similar like more like even the 90s, right? When I'm thinking of things like Johnny Mnemonic and such. So it works. It works the whole aesthetic. The wiring, basically, the wiring does not bother me one bit. What does bother me is the fact that part of the wiring is taking, and this is like my big beef with this whole set. So as I'm getting back to this, you see there is wiring here, and this is loose, and that doesn't make sense. Why? Because it should stick to the wall. However, the adhesive was not very strong. It keeps unsticking. Not just that, but it's going to be a bit tough to see. But there is no dedicated... I'm going to remove this. Might be easier. All right. There's no dedicated spot to actually stick it to, because this is wider than an actual brick. So then if I'm sticking it, let's say right here, it's sticking onto a pair of bricks. And let's say I really want to, I don't want to stick it off. I want to have a stronger adhesive, maybe glue. That means I'm screwed now. The two bricks are stuck together, right? It's like that Craggle in the Lego movie. So what I'm trying to get to is that this is basically final. Once you stick it and stick, it's not the only place. There's a few other areas. This one's the most egregious, not only because it unsticks, but also because you're stuck between two bricks. What you're getting the sense of as you're building it is that this thing is never coming undone. If it comes undone, it's not, it won't work. Because, like I said, part of the light source is stuck to bricks. As you're building it, you are kind of gluing it, yeah, I guess it's glue because that's what's behind a sticker, right? But yeah, you are cementing all this stuff into place. This can't be necessarily undone, and if it is, it's going to be tough to have all the wiring kept in an easily identifiable way, especially to put it back together after. It sounds like a real nightmare. So basically, I'm keeping it like this, and like there's no aftermarket for this. Not only because it's very, very cheap and people can just buy it. I mean, there's no, this is a young company. There doesn't seem to be signs of products retiring. But even if they do, someone will just buy this new instead of secondhand. Not that it matters for everybody. People want to keep their Legos, fine. But just saying that this really does revamp the entire system. The fact that it's all about the light bricks, I'm going to close it off again, means that not only is the experience more about the lighting as it goes up, with the actual brick build part being second, but also it makes this a one and done type of thing, since it's all about the very interesting but also like cemented wiring, right? So we're stuck with it. And yeah, there's no aftermarket for this either. So if once you're bored of it, then you just, I guess, give it away. And like so, right? Nobody can build it again after. That's what I feel. So that whole element of Lego where you do build something and you could take it apart, build it again, to me, all that's lost with this. This is a very different system. You're building it once as more of a display kind of thing. And it can be one hell of an investment. I'm not talking about money, but more in space because, like you'll see on the side here, this is to connect to something else. When I was talking about spring loading and all that, this is happening on every floor where you see if ever I connect something else to it, there's no wiring through it. It's just pressing onto this. That's how it works on every floor, right? That as I was saying, just to show an example of that. And yeah, if you have another building in the cyberpunk world, you stick it onto it, and it's gonna, you only need that one source, and it's gonna keep the power flowing into another thing. However, that means that you're investing in like a whole ton of space that you won't see again. If you want to see it again, then you have to get rid of this. Either I don't know. I don't know who. I don't know how you'd get rid of this. Like I said, taking it apart is not as much of an option as it is with other Lego sets, right? So yeah, this is more of a one and done type of thing. That's why I wanted to warn you, if that makes sense. It's not a bad thing necessarily. It's just that this is a very, very different kind of system that you're getting to. Okay, now another thing I wanted to complain. It's a big word, but this one here, I don't know if you know this before, but it wasn't lit up, and that's because I'm missing a piece that connects the basically this. You need another one in here that will stick so that you can have the power being sent to this kind of sign, and that piece just wasn't there. So I did a request to get the extra piece from the site. It should come in. That's not a problem. I was just saying that, unlike Lego, you may be missing pieces. Another thing, that's more, it's them and me. Another time where I thought was missing pieces was because of the color. See, so the color between the gray and the blue, I can tell apart. However, in the instructions, the colors are very muted to the point where they actually have a diagram showing you what the color looks like in real life compared to what it looks like in the instructions. And that's all well and good. But when you're doing it and you're in the crux and you've got, for example, two pieces, like for example, these two plates, right, that look very, very similar in color in the instructions. As you're building it, you may use one over the other. And at the end, when you think you need one and you can't find it, you think maybe it's misplaced. That's just because technically you mistaken it, but you mistaken it because the instructions are really unclear in the color. So there is that as a negative as well. Another thing I wanted to mention is that, so you've got these signs here, which, as you saw, they go into place through friction. And when there's two friction points, that's fine. That one too has two friction points. This one here, which is like showing you the body shop, does not. It only has one. So there you go. See, it just came off very, very easily, and it's very finicky, and me having to put it back, holding the camera, see, it's that's not great. So also not great. Both fun and not fun. So you've got these doors here. What am I saying? Yeah, it's a door. So this slides down. I thought this was very well done. I'm going to put on the light so you can maybe see it a bit better. Okay. So this here, it's pretty cool how you put together. However, as you're bringing it down, it may not go down all the way. Right now it's doing a pretty good job. I'm glad about that. But sometimes it gets stuck. See, like right now. When I'm down, it gets stuck. So you have to jiggle it. And there we go. So, not that fun. That was just another little nitpick. Oh yeah, another thing is that you see the light inside the fast food area. Let's see if we can get in there. This is getting very annoying. Well, you see the fries and such? Let's see. Great. Let's see here. Sorry about that. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can take this. Okay. So there is a light in there, and it's supposed to have you're supposed to have a brick that connects. How can I say this? I'm missing the light bulb. So while the light is there, the bulb under that's like a clear brick is missing. The effect is fine, but the reason why it's missing is because you're supposed to have enough clearance to fit it. But because they actually have the light brick is taking up all the space inside the brick, I'm not able to plug in the bulb. That is, I would say a minor nitpick, since I don't really see that it doesn't, to me, it doesn't seem to change the result, but it was annoying in the process of doing it. I'm sorry if it's confusing to you, because it's not an easy example to show. However, that was one of my main pet peeves doing this. And everything you can do, I do find the solar panels here. I'm assuming they're solar panels, maybe not, but that's what I'm thinking. Really, really nice. I really love the aesthetic, the clear brick, and it's fun that you can actually bring it down. So that was decent. So all in all, I enjoyed doing the set. The price is more than right. I'll get to that soon too. However, like I said, this is a whole different kind of experience. The wiring came first, which was interesting. However, it's less about the brick built experience and more about the wiring, at least to me, since this was very new. And also, like I said, I can't imagine taking this apart, not only because you're actually sticking things to bricks, but also because well, it's the same thing. It's just the whole wiring, to me, feels one and done. So there's that. Now, about the price. The price, I believe, is 170 USD, but I got it for 25% off. This company will, to me, the price is, it's just, how can I say this? It's like an MSRP to make you think you're saving money, but I don't think there'll ever be a time when you actually spend that MSRP. Most of it, you'll get a discount through a code or on the website. Oh yeah, another thing, you'll see it's, this just came undone. It should be here. That's the vending machine. Ah, great, it's not. See? Fun stuff. But hey, if anybody wanted someone to crap all over this, wanted a review that craps all over this non-Lego product, this might be it. That part's not fun. This will disconnect. In any case, what I wanted to get at too was the price, because I see a lot of people online saying, man, it's just the same as Lego bricks, but you also have the extra wiring and all that. Like, why can't Lego price it the same way? And I've got that's not a fair comparison at all, because a lot of the money that goes into the Lego system, like buying anything that has the Lego system, is the whole R&D behind it, which is made by people that like their whole job is just designing the bricks themselves. And the investment put into that then goes into what it costs for the sets. Obviously, sometimes it's extremely egregious, like when it comes to any licensed sets, so I'm definitely on your side for that. However, saying that, like I say, it's not a fair comparison when this whole thing is built on what someone else did. Like I was showing you, it's the exact same things, right? This is like the tree, right? The tree here. They didn't have to put any money into figuring out how to do a tree. This was already done. So all that money saved. Also, with it being an automated process, either for this company or for Lego, the bricks have a standard price, but the packaging and all that is done by people. And for Lego, it's done in Denmark, right? The factories are in Denmark, in Europe. And of course, the price of labor there is more expensive than the price of labor in China, which is where this company is. So you have cheaper labor and zero R&D costs when it comes to these kind of bricks. There is some for this system, right? So I get that. That's fair. So it compensates in a sense. But at the same time, like I said, you're basically just copying Lego's homework and bouncing off of it. So any comparison to Lego in terms of price, to me, needs a huge freaking asterisk. Okay, now, talking about quality, other good things about this set is that you see all these prints, all that you see is a print. So that's a print, right? Bunch of prints in here. So that's fun. That's a print. Good stuff. Like I said, very high quality. The bricks, if you're wondering about the bricks, excellent quality bricks. The colors are really cool too. They work really well with this whole cyberpunk aesthetic. Wonderful. If you're curious about the minifigures, I didn't care for them, and I don't think you will either. They look like this because obviously they don't want to mess with the copyright of Lego's minifigures. There's a whole bag full of minifigures, which I didn't open, and I won't. But to me, that's part of fun too. So figures aren't a negative or a plus. But one thing that I find pretty cool about the set is that it being the cyberpunk themed I'm gonna turn into like V's apartment. If you're wondering, V's the main character of Cyberpunk, and yeah, the video game from the same people who did The Witcher. And what's fun about that is that I get to, design it. It could be him. It could be Vincent from Edge Runners, right? You can make your own little Keanu Reeves not action figures, but minifigure. There's like that. There's great hair. The hair that they use for Mad-Eye Moody in his first action figure. What am I saying? In his first minifigure for Harry Potter, that in black would be awesome for Johnny from the Cyberpunk game. So I'm looking forward to that, populating it with characters from either the Edge Runner series or from the video game using minifigures. I'm gonna have fun figuring out which one works best and populating the set. So yes, I will keep it like this. Like I said, I don't really feel that you have a choice. You build it once and then you store it somewhere, or you put it in your room somewhere. You have to have a place for it. Yeah. So that's it. Oh yeah, one last thing. I think the dog is awesome. Well, the minifigures may, take him or leave him. I think the dog is really, really well done. Let's see if you could focus on the details of the dog. No, don't want to focus. It's like a cybernetically enhanced dog. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's not necessarily a rant, but more like a warning about what you're getting into with the set in terms of what the main thing is, positives, negatives, and all that. If you thought this helped, by all means, let me know. If it didn't help, then you can keep it to yourself. Just messing. I wish you all an awesome day, guys, okay? Bye.